Alright, let's try this out. New equipment. So if I can get a slightly more topical view, and I'll try and do this quickly. So picking this one, a lot of people suggested a transparent one, but I didn't want to mess around with the sheer base coat. So my nails are prepped. I have a base coat on because it helps protect my nails from the adhesive on this. And here we go. First step, open the packet. If you turn that upside down, I'll show you why soon. Try and not get the glare. I like to remove the whole center strip first. It makes application, removing the wraps off the backing so much easier. So that can go. Now I use this as my rubbish bag because the static from this sticks to that and not your fingers. So that's my rubbish bin temporarily. Figure out your sizes. I have a thumb. That's a middle finger for me. So instead of that being there, that is my index and my pinky. So these are my extras, my spares. So my hands will sit this way. Now I get to choose my direction. I want the leaf to go inwards or outwards. I think I'm going to go that way. I think I'm going to prefer it to go backwards to how they've got it. A funny little step. Let's go that way. And I'll place these to the side so I don't mess them up. Remove your covers. Straighten up my camera. Hope you can see this all right. Choose your width. Oh, sorry, lighting. I like to have my tools handy as well, so I've got my file, my scissors, and my pusher down cuticle thingy. So I'll keep these three handy, and I'll put my whole kit away elsewhere so I stop knocking it. Alright, that way. So check the width matches, which it does. Some of them you can trim down, as I will show you. I like to pop the backing halfway down and then rip that off. This allows me to have more control with it. I can pop it down if the kids turn up. I have not seen anyone else do this yet. Get it centered, check its center, up the middle, and then roll down the sides. I have put 2 layers of base coat on because I am slowly ruining my fingers from too much application. 3 or 4 sets in 2 weeks is not good. So I cut close to the nail and then I roll it over the tip, and I will leave that there while I do the rest of the fingers, and then I'll file it off. Check your sizing. That's normally pretty perfect, this one. So, feel free to skip ahead because, yeah, because I am not a pro at videos. I will not be doing any bunch of editing as such. Although I could pause it. Yeah. This set is surprisingly thin. I like it. I prefer thinner ones. They're slightly harder to apply, but they just seem to sit nicer. So this tool here will help. Press the edges down. It's not perfect, but unless you're going to look hard at it, no one else notices. Check sizing. I could trim that to match my cuticle shape better, but I won't do that for this finger. I will do it for the other hand. Now remember, I've already removed the clear top layer. I'm going to come back to index and I'll show you why later. So I curve it to match the shape of my nail. That way I find it easier to find the center. I did zoom out a little bit on the camera to try and fit the shot in better. So it might be slightly distorted, I'm not sure. We'll just go with it. This one's always on the narrow side, so I will stretch this ever so slightly. I guesstimate my stretching. I might need a 1 millimeter. So very gently, make sure your wraps are warm to achieve this. If they are cold, they will just break on you. You can use body heat, a hot day is sufficient. Some people use hair dryers, a little hand warmer. One person tucks them into her boobs. These are just feedback that I have picked up on through either YouTube or nail rack groups. Now, you do not want the wraps to touch your skin. If they touch your skin, they will start lifting within a day or two and they could catch on things and just rip off. And my nails do not do well if the wraps just rip off them. Kind of rip some of the nail off too. Okay, see that is very the shape's not matching, and although I could just pull it down, have more cuticle showing, I am too OCD for that, so I'm going to cut this. I need a bit more of a curved shape for that particular nail. And I think I have already taken too much off, which is fine. We just keep cutting until we're happy. That side looks good, that side does not. If in doubt, push the cuticle down to change your nail shape instead. I'm working with it. And breathe. Push any air bubbles out. Middle fingers are my worst. They always cause me some kind of issue. That's okay. I'm the only one that notices these things. Alright, these ones. Always a large amount. I'm actually, this shape, this size here fits this, but it fits both of those. So I put it on my slightly wider nail, but it should be it's that one, isn't it? Yeah, it should actually be that size. So if I can stretch that to match this size. Was it that one? What was that one? No, I like that way. Just checking which way the branches are landing on that finger. Design. So let's take that off. Pop it on there. Or just guesstimate it and try and match the width. Nice and gentle, take it slow. About there. Once you commit, you just have to commit. It won't always be perfect. I'm going to reuse the space again for the other side. I like it to be straight. Oh, not bad, not bad. Normally I'm still too narrow with that, but I think I've got it this time. onto the thumbs. Oh, that looks dead on perfect, which is scary. This one I usually trim just a fraction. Now, you have a rough idea of your sizes when you've been doing it long enough, but always double check each set, because I find some sets are quite subtle in their size difference. Like my sister can sometimes use the biggest size for her thumbs, and other sets she ended up using the next size down. Right, I will separate these because I use this thumb to remove from the packet, so I'll do that one last. Find my center. Looks better. Kind of roll from the center outwards to make sure you're pushing all the bubbles out so there's no air or anything trapped underneath. Now, apparently I messed up my base coat there. Which is annoying. I don't really want to do this. Nah, I am too OCD and I have to redo the whole now, so I may just pause the video a wee bit. Or give that 5 minutes to dry. I am unpausing. I've decided I'm going to let that dry. While I do that, I'm going to file these ones down for you, so I'm not mucking around with time. So I go work my way outward, out to the edge to the center, and I'm kind of just basically cutting the tips off. So the reason I cut them with scissors first and then just leave them while I do the rest is it gives the wraps time to adjust to your nail temperature. If you do it all automatically straight away, I find sometimes they shrink down just slightly, and then because the end's already filed off, it leaves a bit of shrinkage on the tips of your fingers, so you can see your nail pulls back from your nail a wee bit. So this just helps to prevent that. Like within a day or two, they always wear down from the tips anyway. But yeah, outer edge inwards and kind of on a slight angle so that the wrap's left slightly longer than the nail, or whatever works for you. I feel like I'm working from a really awkward angle because I'm not used to doing it at the table. I just do this on the couch. So I feel like I should be standing up more, but that's okay. We make it work. And then once everything's smoothly filed down, I always check the underside that it's not sticking out too much, otherwise I catch it on items. Also, if you get that little corner still caught, don't pull it. It just rips some of the wrap off. Try and just cut it with the file if you can. Alright, this one. Some people do apply them while the base coat's still wet. It's called wet application. Apparently easy to slide into place. I don't like it. But can I apply that smoothly, or is it a fraction on the wider side? I'm going to trim it. Even that will be easier. Yep. Done. Probably should have trimmed it a fraction more, but I'm definitely glad I cut it. So this tool, by the way, $4 from Kmart. And so good. I definitely find the wee silicone tip very good. And it's got that end too, so if you really are not happy with that sitting on the edge, you can just trim just a fraction. Beautiful, that and that can go. Now we'll just run that over the edges again. Make sure everything's nice and pressed down firmly. No bubbles sticking out that I can tell. Some of my cuticles are quite dry. I will oil them tomorrow, not today. They say don't get your hands for 2 to 6 hours. If you get water trapped underneath, it can cause a whole range of issues. Nice, and now we will top coat. This is my favourite. Sally Hansen is a nice one that you can buy at Farmers or in store somewhere. This one is online only, but huge difference between this one and Sally Hansen. So Sally Hansen's my backup. Some brands I find react with the wraps themselves, can make them bubble. And cap the end if you can. holding my breath while I do this because I am not left-handed. You don't really want to flood the cuticles, but sometimes it can't be helped. I thought I touched one, but I think we're good. Just removing some excess top coat. Because I was trying to be speedy and not careful. But I don't like extra stick around the edges. Another Kmart tool. And there we go. You reckon? This is called Flying Free, I believe. I don't know. I'll find it somewhere. Thank you.